Inflation, it's back on an unpredictable path, with food, airfares and VAT on private schools driving the measure higher. And parents at this stay-and-play cafe in Harrogate are worried.
So the mortgage is up for renewal next year, and it's just everything's so expensive, isn't it? So it is a worry. Obviously, with the two children, they're very expensive.
Some more pain from them.
My two younger children are going to have a very different experience than my older children because we used to be able to take them out on days out. We can't do that with the younger two.
Hannah, the owner here, hasn't paid herself a wage for the last 18 months.
The only way that we can survive is obviously by putting the prices up, but then it puts the customers off coming and, well, they can't afford to come. So, yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22 situation.
But inflation will climb even higher. It's expected to hit 3.7% later this year because of higher energy prices. Policymakers, however, are sanguine. Right now, they are more worried about weak growth. The Bank of England is confident that inflation will eventually come back down to target. It means that policymakers will continue cutting interest rates this year, even as the headline rate of inflation rises. They're going to have to hold their nerve. If the last few years have taught us anything, it's that inflation can be an unpredictable beast. And if it stays high while growth stalls, well, that's not a place the Chancellor wants to be. Businesses say she's not helping the cause by ramping up employers' national insurance contributions.
We're talking about 1.2 million for Wetherspoon a week.
A week?
Yes, it's a lot, and it's more for pubs and hospitality than for supermarkets because we've got more labour costs per pint.
Wetherspoon's pre-tax profits jumped to £74 million last year, but smaller businesses are less well insulated.
Beef has gone up ×4 over the last 15 years.
Paul Kendall runs Kendall's Farm Butchers in Pateley Bridge.
I feel now you have to just be careful with how you're going to expand. I've thought about doing a deli and expanding the range, but just at the moment I'm sitting on my hands and just seeing how this plays out. So instead of going for the growth, more protection of what we've got.
High inflation might end up being a bump in the road, but businesses and customers fear it will be a long journey back to brighter economic prospects. Gurpreet Narwan, Sky News.